What's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy Young.
And it's your girl Jai. And welcome to Young and Jai.
Alright, guys, so as you guys read by the title, this video is a little, not that you can say special.
Yeah, it's very special and it's been highly requested because we've been getting, ever since we bought a house, we've been getting questions asking us our process, what we did. So we decided it would be best to just make a video and inform people on how they can get to this point.
Pretty much. So before we going over the step that we took, and you guys could like go by it, or you could do it the way that you feel best it suits you too.
But we just want to put a little disclaimer out here. We're not financial advisors. We don't know like everything. This is just like
what we
know, what we did.
Through.
And
so what worked for us.
Yeah.
So you feel me? Something that worked for us might not work for you guys. So we just gonna put it out there because, you know.
So this is just beginning. This is just a beginner. So basically everything we're gonna touch on this subject is everything to get you to
your
closing day.
So it doesn't, we're not gonna talk about what you do after closing, because whatever you do after closing, then once you got those keys,
it's up to you.
It's up to you what you want to do.
But if you guys would like a I'll say if you guys would like a video on that, make sure you comment and let us know. Also down below, comment down any questions that you may have that you are still confused on, or that we didn't answer that you would like to have answered, because a little sneak peek, me and Ouija have something very, very, very special planned coming on in the future that will be like very, very helpful and beneficial. So make sure you guys stay tuned.
Right. And appreciate the love you guys been showing in the videos.
Yeah,
I know this is gonna be like something really different compared to the videos we did, but you know, we've been getting a lot of questions, so we might as well go ahead and help some people out and you know, get some people some tips that will like help them out later on, because like we didn't really get any tips from nobody.
Yeah,
we just did it on our own.
Yeah, so basically what we did, everything I knew, I instilled it in Ouija. Everything he knew, he instilled it in me. We put it together, and then
so we're just gonna share to you guys what we know and what might help you guys.
So let's get into the video.
Roll the clips.
Okay, so we do have steps written down on the piece of paper, so we'll stay on topic. Now we got it step by step, but you guys don't necessarily have to follow it in the order we went through. This is just what we did and what worked best for us. Of course, you guys would do what works best for you.
Pretty much.
So step one, we have credit. Now credit is key to anything in life, but to buy a house, credit is very, very important.
Yeah, so if you're looking to finance everything, credit is the first thing.
Now, I would say get your credit score to at least a 620. I know some loans may recommend you have at least a 580, but I'll say a 620, because the higher your credit is, obviously, the more you'll get approved for.
And the lower your interest rate
would be. Now, I'll say a 620, but of course, don't stop there. Go as high as you can.
Pretty much, so yeah.
Okay, and then the next thing is, if you already have established credit and you may have some like just negative stuff on there, make sure you clean it up. If you have evictions or anything that you feel
any type of collection, anything that you feel that will hold you back from getting in that house, you gotta make sure you clean it up. Yeah, so that's one good thing. Make sure your credit is clean.
Because you want the lender, when they pull your credit, you want them to see that you are very responsible and that you're someone they want to give money to.
Yeah, pretty much. So it's like you wouldn't hand anybody money with no 300 credit score for sure.
No,
of course not.
Now, the next thing is debt to ratio income. I feel like not a lot of people really know about this, but basically what debt to ratio income is, the amount of income you bring in monthly is more than the amount of debt you're in, which is like with your bills and stuff.
Yeah, so for example, if you're bringing like, let's say $3,500 a month, your debt can't exceed that $3,500, like $4,500. That would be too crazy. So you want to make sure that you stay under that $3,500, and you should be good.
Yeah, and basically this is important because lenders want to see that after you pay like your car note, your phone bill, they want to see that you have the extra funds to pay your mortgage, because they want their money back at the end of the day.
And free money and free bread, so they want to make sure you can pay that stuff back for sure though.
Yeah, so step one basically for us was getting our credit to a good standing. So after we got our credit to where we wanted it to be, the next thing we did was research. Okay, so after you get your credit to where it is, the next step you want to do is research, because you want to make sure you know every single step in the house buying process before you enter it, just to have basic knowledge.
Yeah, so once you enter it, there's like some places you can't back out of. Well, you can always back out, but like once you're in that process, you're gonna want to finish for sure though.
Yeah, so after you know the whole process, I would say another thing with researching is knowing the different types of loans there are out there. Now, I know the basic ones is a FHA and a conventional. There are other types of loans.
USDA on VA loan where you don't have to put nothing down. So whichever loan that suits you at the time of buying your house, whichever one that you feel comfortable going with, you go with it. At the same time, so when you go looking for that loan, you could sit down and talk with your lender, and they could talk to you which loan would be best for you, which one would be good for you in the long run, which one is bad. You know what I mean? Just like sit down with your lender, talk about the loan, your loan officer, and see which one is best suits you and stuff like that.
Yeah, so then another important step is before you go out there, browse the market, like see what type of house you're looking for, like what you want in a house, different price ranges that you feel will suit you. Basically, just look and see how the market is and like what's on the market, and get your price range and everything figured out.
Yeah, so once you do that research, figure out what type of house you want, what type of loan is good for you, etc. You want to make sure.
Also, I think another thing that's important to look into is the different types of options that's out there to help you. Now, a lot of people I know, they have this misconception of if I go to buy a house, I got to come in with all this money. Like, yes, that is true, but there is also stuff out here that can help you. Like, they have down payment assistance, they have seller credits, like there's
grants. They have like a bunch of stuff that can help you
there's
toward that
different stuff
cost
out there that help you. That's why research is important, so you'll know what options you could possibly have to help you.
So like you don't want to go in that house buying process with a blindfold on, with not knowing nothing.
Definitely
so like
not.
you could get really screwed over, and you could get into a house that could like put you into massive debt that you can't get into. So that's one good thing. Make sure you do your research and see what you're getting yourself into. So
so research is very, very, very important. So when you're in this part, make sure you take your time and know everything there is to know. And also I want to add, because I feel like a lot of people don't know about this, when it comes to like your job, basically they want to know that you can have a job, keep a job, so you can be consistently paying your mortgage on time.
Yeah, so that job history, make sure you don't just job hop around.
Okay, so the last part in the research I would say is look for agents in your area. Although you may not be right at the step where you're ready to start shopping for houses, looking for agents is vital. So when you get to that point, you'll already have an idea on who is available in your area to help you with the process. And also you can just call them and chat with them and, ask them questions, like get them to tell you what they think would be a good
option for you.
Yeah, just talk to them and get basic information.
All right, so pretty much after researching, getting your credit straight, you want to go to towards saving. And I know this is gonna be one of the hardest things for you guys is saving. That if you have a bad habit of spending on stuff you don't need, you just need to cut that shit out. Literally cut it out. Literally cut it out. Like the extra eating out, buying the stuff you don't need, all the expense, we just gotta cut that stuff out, because at the end of the day, you're gonna need to save that money for your down payment, for your inspection, and all that stuff, etc. Yeah, so it all depends on how much you want to put down and what type of loan you're going towards, because a VA loan doesn't require you to put any down payment to.
Yeah, so the different loans require to have different amounts.
And the more amount you put down, the less your mortgage will be, and the less interest, and etc. That's pretty much basic stuff. So,
and other fees you also are saving for is the inspection fee, your appraisal fee. Now, inspection fees, you may have to get more than one inspection done to the house. So you need to save from that, so you're not pulling from the amount of your down payment.
So you always want to make sure you have that extra money right there, just in case you meet a roadblock that you need something for. You know what I mean? Let's say you get done paying for the inspection, boom, the appraisal, then they did the appraisal, and later on after the appraisal come back, you see it, you be like, and they might want you to like pay something else to do another inspection, the final inspection. So you have to pay for that depending on the situation, if the lender's paying for it or the seller's paying for it. So always want to make sure you have a lot extra saved up, pretty much. So
yeah. So another thing you need to save for is the E&D, because the E&D is basically a down payment that you're giving the seller up front, letting them know, I want this house, this is how serious about this house, I'm going to give you this money to show you.
Yeah, pretty much. And that down payment you put in, it goes towards your closing costs, so don't think it just goes to the lender pocket. So at the end of the estimated costs, closing costs, you will see that on paper that you did put that down payment down. So the down payment, that E&D you put in up front, is to show that the buyer that you're serious about buying the house, that you have the funds to buy the house.
Yeah, and another thing I want to add is a reason why you should have more than what their like down payment percentage is because when you're in the process, when I say you're getting like new paperwork almost every single day, and the price on the paperwork is changing every single day. So, and then you won't know the exact amount you're gonna need to close until like 3 days before
closing.
So that's why you need to have more than what the
estimated closing costs.
Yeah, because like when I say it changes literally every day you get a new piece of paperwork, it changes every single day.
And the thing is, your lender is not the one making the estimated cost. Well, they give you the estimated cost, but the title company is the one actually knowing the
exact amount.
And they constantly do every change. Like
every little thing is a change.
It's change. It might increase it by like a few $100, $200, $1,000.
It might decrease, then it might go right back up. So
you never know. So you always want to make sure you have that extra money in the bank
to be on the safe side.
Yeah, the extra funds to be on the safe side to cover some potholes. So.
Oh, and another thing, when you're saving, okay, so I don't know, like, say if you're the type that saves cash and then later on you just want to deposit it. Make sure when you you're depositing money in like small increments, maybe like $500 bi-weekly, because they be real into where your money is coming from. So if they see you you're depositing like $1,000 every other day, they're gonna be like, where you getting that money from? Like, Are you doing fraud?
Like money laundering. Like, you want to make sure you stay out of those areas. If you like in the buying house process, you have to put extra funds into your account. Just don't put like huge lump sum of money out of nowhere into your account. So that would be like a bad look on you.
And you're gonna have to go back and explain how you got that money, like just stuff you don't want to get into. So just add it little by little.
Pretty much. So yeah.
Okay, so after you've done those 3 steps, which is get your credit straight, do your research, and save the money, now it's time to start looking around for your pre-approval letters. So basically you can go to your bank that you bank with, or you can research like different lenders and ask them to give you a pre-approval letter. A pre-approval letter is important because soon as you contact an agent, they're gonna say, have you been pre-qualified?
Yeah, that's like the first thing.
And basically it's basically a number that a bank gives you, like how much you can afford. So, now I would say if you get pre-qualified for $200,000, don't go look for houses that's $200,000. No, I would say shop under.
Yeah, under, most definitely under.
Don't go maxing out on your pre-approval. No, that's a bad idea.
Yeah, for sure. So
now after you have your pre-approval, this is the fun part where you can start shopping for houses.
Yeah, so at that pre-approval stage, we went with an actual lender. We didn't go with a bank. I'm not gonna name what type of bank we didn't go with, because
basically we was going to go with a bank, but like they wasn't doing what we wanted.
It seemed like they wasn't interested to us.
Yeah, like they was slacking off, because you gotta think about banks. They have like other stuff they're dealing with other than trying to give out people money to buy a house. So
pretty much. So
basically I would recommend
going with a bang, I'll just like contact a local lender, or if your agent know a lender that they've been working with, you could go towards with a lender. In my opinion, I would recommend a lender like an actual house lender that does that stuff instead of a bang that do that on the side. So
yeah. Now also you can get your pre-approval letter from any lender, but once you find your agent is going to give you the lender that they've worked with in the past.
You can ask them for it too.
Yeah, and I recommend going with that lender because if you think about it, your agent and this lender, they've worked together in the past. They have built a trusting relationship. So honestly, it would just make your process probably go 10 times faster and easier.
Fact. And once you're in that process of getting that pre-approved letter, once you get that pre-approved letter, you don't have to settle for that one person that approved you, that one letter that approved you. You have like 15 days to like 2 to 3 weeks, whatever it was. I forgot how much it is. I'll say 15 days to shop for different lenders, which means like some lender might offer a lower interest rate than the other one might offer. So it's good to shop around. Don't just settle for one thing. So in that open window, the 15 days, once you get that one inquiry, you have the opportunity to like shop for more lenders.
And it won't put other hard
increase on your credit. So,
and also it's very good to get a base, because then you can go and like go to different lenders and be like, they approved me this, are you gonna match it or are you gonna give me something better? Because they like to see like competition. Like everyone is gonna want to beat the next person. So that's where it's good. That's where the ball is in your hands, because you get to manipulate these people. Like if you're not gonna match this, then I'm out the door. Like they want to like get your sales. So basically they're going to work with you.
Yeah, do the best that they can to like get you in a house, pretty much. So yeah, pretty much once you get your pre-approval letter, you find you an agent. The next step will be to like put in offers on a house that you see. Like she said, don't max out on your offer.
Yeah, and in my opinion, putting in the offer, this is where the stress comes in. I know a lot of people say buying a house is stressful. It's not necessarily. It's not really stressful, but it depends on the market. If you're in a very competitive market,
it will be stressful.
It will be so stressful. And my opinion, I was so stressed out. Well, not really stressed out, but it's a headache. Let's just put it that way. So I want to let y'all know, just because you see a house and you're like, okay, I want this house, let's put an offer into this house. You're not 100% gonna get that house just because you put an offer in, because you got to think about it. You may have 20 other people putting an offer into this house, and it all comes down to whose offer the seller wants to accept.
So that's when that E&D comes in. When you put that E&D, it shows that you're a serious buyer. So if she put in offer in the same amount, let's say the house is worth 180, and she put in the exact 180, and I put the exact 180, but I have an E&D and she doesn't, that right there can make a huge difference to show that the seller, he's serious, he want to buy it. She's not serious, she ain't give me no E&D. So ultimately, make sure you have a little bit of E&D on the safe side, just in case you find somebody with deeper pockets or someone lower who's giving the same offer. So the market is really competitive, and you're gonna be fighting people with deep pockets.
And this is another thing that makes putting in an offer so stressful. Like he said, the house could be listed for 180. He could put the 180 down. I mean, he could offer the 180, but then I could come around and offer 180 plus 500. That 500 difference could literally make or break who gets the offer, because you have some sellers that's all about the money and they want who's gonna give them the most money.
Right.
But then you have some sellers that could be looking at like different stuff, like are you someone who wants to get an inspection on the house? Because if you don't get an inspection, obviously the process will go faster, and some sellers just want the process to go quick.
Speaking of inspection, we're gonna put that out there too. We lost our house because we wanted an inspection done, and the other person who put an offer in, they didn't want the inspection, so we lost the offer, and they went with the other person's offer. I was like,
really,
bruh?
But
we didn't know something.
But I just want to say, don't just, when you put offers in, don't be like, oh, I don't want an inspection, just because you may think that the seller will want to go with you first. Always get an inspection, because there could be some underlying issues with the house that you can't see with your own eyes, and then you would have got this house, and now not even 30 days you gotta fix something. Oh, a pipe broke, you gotta go fix the pipe.
Termites, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so always get an inspection. If a seller wants to go with someone else who didn't want an inspection, that's on them. It's not your loss. So it's your game.
So at the same time, there's pros and cons to it. So it's all up to how you want to do your process, which one best suits you. You feel me? So it's always good to get that inspection.
And honestly, you can put in offers with literally 10 different houses, and then your 15th house is the one that's gonna get accepted. So it's a mind game.
You can have like 4 offers in and none of them get accepted. You can have like 2 offers in, one of them get accepted. So if you put 2 offers in, both of them get accepted, you have to pick between one of the ones which one you actually want. So
it's a lot of ups and downs. You're gonna get disappointed, especially when you feel like you found the perfect house and your offer does not get accepted. You're gonna get disappointed.
Ooh.
That's how we were, but then it's like when our offers got accepted for this house, it's like I'm so glad that we did not go with that house.
Yes.
Because when we sit back and think about it, it's like this, and this. We feel like we just wanted that house just to hurry up and get the process over.
It's not a rush, guys. You guys can take your time. Cause later on, you gonna feel like you're gonna regret something that you're gonna regret a house that you in, and you be like, dang, this house is really not all that.
Yeah, so take your time, definitely. That's why I'm so glad some of our offers didn't get accepted.
Cause boy.
Because we probably would have a lot of regrets, but now we don't. So it's kind of great that our offers didn't get accepted.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so basically that's everything you need to know about buying a house, everything that will get you to that closing day. It's a long process. Well, I'm not even gonna say it's a long process. It is a process, and it takes time. You don't want to rush anything about this process, because at the end of the day, it's your future at stake, and this is something you have to make a big commitment to.
Literally.
But buying a house is one of the major purchases you will do in your entire life, and it is worth it if you make the right choice.
The right decisions about it, and to know what you're doing, the right agent, the right lender, people that won't screw you over. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. So I will never not tell anyone do not buy a house, because definitely buy a house, because this is where you will start your generational wealth, and that's all we're about, generational wealth.
Period. And one good tip, and we recommend for you guys to do if you're buying a house. So once you get that, like I'll say before, or you could do it before or after your pre-approval letter, have all your documents on a Google Drive.
Oh, yes.
You have all your documents like your ID, your social, your pay stub, your work history. What else they might ask for? Like if you're...
Did you say W-2s?
Yeah, W-2s.
Yeah, sometimes they're gonna ask for a start date and an end date of a job you haven't worked at in 5 years, and you're gonna think, how am I supposed to know when I started this job? That's why it's good to have all of that in the beginning. So when it comes to that point in the process where they're asking for that, you already have it, and you're not stressing trying to find this information. I feel like
that's one reason our process did not take long at all.
Yeah.
Later at all. So
we had everything from the jump. Just any document you feel like is important that they might need, get it together.
Yeah, once you have it in that little portfolio, that little drive, once your loan officer says, I need this, you go ahead and send all the files, and he'll be able to put everything in right there onto the next step for your buying process. Don't think once you get approved, that pre-approval letter, oh, I got me a house. No. So there's different steps behind that pre-approval letter. That pre-approval letter just pre-states that
it gets your foot in the door, basically.
It gets your foot in the door, stating that to the buyers that you have the funds.
But so basically, we hope we covered everything in this video. We hope you guys got a better understanding on the house buying process. But if you still have some questions, remember to comment them down below and let us know. We'll be glad to answer them. We hope we help someone, because basically we want to see more people like us buying a house
at our age too. Don't wait until like you're There's nothing wrong with buying a house.
No, you can buy a house at any age. It does not matter.
We
just want to see more people buying houses because I feel like a lot of people are stuck thinking they can't do it.
Right.
When in actuality,
they could
you can do it.
All you gotta do is like put a little work into it.
You can do it.
Yeah, just
anybody can do it.
Just put a little bit work into it. You feel me? Know what you want. Just put a little work into it, and it will literally happen.
But,
don't make people think buying a house is this hard. You need this amount of money to buy a house. You really don't, man.
Yeah, buying a house. I'm not gonna say it's easy, but it's not hard. It's not hard, and it's not impossible.
It's not impossible. People like, bruh. Now we're in a house. We actually see like it's not hard. People make it seem it's so hard, but it's really.
I'm ready to buy my next house already, and I haven't even been here for a year. Like.
Hey man, that's what comes to like once you invest into real estate, like you would just want to keep buying. So
but thank you guys for watching. We love all the support we've been getting. We hope that you guys continue to support us. Thank you for all of the subs we've been receiving, like literally just all the love. Make sure you share this video,
comment and subscribe.
Yes.
And we really hope this video could like actually help somebody, motivate somebody to go buy a house in the later future. So yeah. So without further ado, man, it's your boy Young.
And it's your girl Jai.
We out. Peace.